Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the 12 days of Christmas, day 11. And we are going to be using some punches today. Right here, I was thinking about I was going to do gingerbread, and that is why I had all the different colors, because I needed, see, there's everything that I had punched out and all that fun stuff over there. Sorry about the shoddy camera work. But I changed it up and decided instead of gingerbread man, I'm gonna do reindeer. I pulled out the matching stamp set that goes with the punch, and this is all Stampin' Up stuff. So basically, I had to do a test, right? Because I didn't want you guys to I wanted to make sure it was gonna stamp because I'd already had it out. So I'm just gonna show you how I build one. All the rest of them are done. And since I had to cut out, or I had to punch out different colors for the different pieces, I just went ahead and used all 4 of the pieces to make really thick die cuts. And at first they're a little wobbly, but let me tell you what, like a day later, those suckers are like hard as a rock. So I'm gonna pull out my Misty to get perfect stamping, and I go ahead and I stamp it onto the layout first, or onto the actual pad first, just so that I can line up my little guy, and then I stamp it down and then come in and it falls off. And there you go. So I'm gonna do another one. See, I just line it up, and that's stamped on the background paper there. I do that a lot. Push down firmly and just touch it so it falls off. I did the same thing for the little bows. There was two bow stamps that came in the stamp set, so I just stamped both of them, and we're gonna create 12 reindeer. So here's one. I'm gonna go ahead and start putting them together. I glued the little bow onto her, and now I'm going to give her some nice big old fun eyes. Then we're going to come back in with the little black dots, and I'm just using my little wax pencil to help me do this. And then I'm going to make them all Rudolph. I know, right? I should have only done one, but I thought they were so cute. So I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to do it again. I put the little bow on. I put the little dots for the eyes, and I grab the big white ones first. And then we just dot again. And yeah, I know they look kind of funny, like they'd be off, but you can, obviously I'm moving it around. And then a big dot glob for the big O nose. And I think they're so cute. Oh, I totally forgot I even had this. So there you go. Now I do take some shimmer pins, and I add some shimmer to the antlers, the bow, the inside of the ears. And I also took my white jelly roller and gave the little eyeball thingy. I got a bowl from the kitchen and drew a circle on my layout. And now I'm going to take my watercolor pens and some shimmer brushes, and I'm going to go ahead and paint the circle. Now at first, my very first thought, and by the way, there is no gesso on this paper because I was just going to do this right here. I was just going to color in the lines. Kind of messy, kind of wonky, just, some wonkily sketched circles, right? Yeah, okay, that does not happen because then I had like a bright idea, and if you can't tell if it's not coming to you right now, that's totally fine, because it didn't come to me until I was looking at it, and I decided I turned it into a wreath. You'll see in just a minute. And I should have gessoed the paper because, wow. So I'm just going to go ahead, and this is a shimmer pen, so I was just adding some shimmer, and it is an olivey color. So then I come back in with the watercolor brush just to fill in those white marks, and I just keep going, and I'm like, that looks so cool, right? Then I'm like, oh, now we can go ahead, and I was just going to spread I was just going to spread it out just a little bit, okay? Just in a couple spots, just for some fun. But when you spread the watercolor, it turns more teal, so then I had to come back in and add some green, which I'm thinking right there, like, what am I going to do? And then I just keep going, and that's how I turned it into a wreath. While I'm doing all of this, don't forget to go below and check out the lovely ladies who are participating in this 12 Days of Christmas hop today. They have, as I have said time and time again, the 3 ladies, I watch them all the time, and they have inspired me and given me such great ideas that I, obviously can turn into my own. And so don't forget to give them some love too. I come in with a different watercolor brush, a different color green, and I'm looking at it and see, so I'm going to move on down the line, right? And that was my original thought, just kind of splotch it out in a couple areas. Now, I guess if I would have went farther away from it, probably would have just left the several, but I'm like, nope, we're going for it. And I am just messily doing this. And I know what happened in the other days, mixed media, why I didn't like it. I mixed red and green, and when you mix those two together, they turn brown. So it was never gonna look pretty together, in my opinion. If somebody else can do it and show me how it looks pretty, I will be like I will just be in awe of you. But I mean, I made it work, but here I'm getting my fingers in there. I've got shimmer all over the place, and it turns out really cool. I also I'm going to use like pretty much everything that I punched out. So there were no pieces wasted. I know some of you are going to be really proud of me because I'm not a big saver of the scraps. And I just keep going in, and I just keep making it really messy. And then I, just keep doing it. Right here, I got a little crazy right there, but it's all right. It's all right. And I just keep going for it. I have been doing more mixed media for these December layouts that I have done it like all year. Like every once in a while I throw in some mixed media like this, but I've really been branching out, and I like mixed media. Like I am loving it. Like I will continue to do more mixed media processes. The only thing is it just takes so long, and man, if you mess it up, you gotta start all over, because I can't fix it apparently. But it takes so long for it to dry. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and this is a Wink Estella in a dark green color, and I have all my close to my heart shimmer brushes, so I am trying to use up the other stuff, and I'm just going to like come in. You guys know I like my block packaging technique, which most people do it on packaging, and I suck at that, and I can always like see my handprint or the edge of the paper. So I do it on the block, and I like it better. It's easier for me, and it's more controlled. It's a more controlled mess. So I just go ahead and keep like, swishing that all around. And now I'm going to do a little bit more, but only this time I'm going to do some splatters. Hit my camera stand. And yes, we are just going to splatter it up, because who doesn't love some crazy splatters? And I just have a cup of water sitting next to me that I empty out quite frequently. And I do try to use up all of that ink, so I'm just going to start dripping it on there too, because I did not want to waste that, and I didn't really know. So I just get some more water and move it around. All right, there it is, and see all the different colors and the way that it dried when I added extra. So I love it. Now the only thing is you can see my pencil line in there, right? You see it? It's like over to the side. I mapped my photo right here on just a 4x6 journaling card, and this is some craft tape that I got at, believe it or not, the Dollar Tree. It's actually pretty good, but I was using it up because I just ordered a big old roll from Tape Jungle. I ordered it from Spiegel Mom Scraps, not Tape Jungle, I lied. It was Spiegel Mom Scraps, a big old foam roll she had a big sale. So I ordered that, so I'm just trying to use up all this stuff so that I don't have more. So I just make sure that my bottom and my top are on the same line, and then we're gonna see, aren't they cute? Oh, I love it. I love it so much. That is where my photo is gonna go. And then I'm going to come in, and all of the eyeballs that were punched out from the other colors, I'm going to sprinkle them all around. Now, I had red ones, right? So those are holly berries. But I come in with the black and the white. The only dots that I don't use are the brown ones, because there's already so much brown. And we are just going to go to town on this. I even use the hearts and get them sprinkled in there as well. Just because it was looking pretty crazy. And even though there's so much on it with all the reindeers and all of the wreath mixed media, it just looked too plain to me. And I know that sounds funny because there's a lot already on there. There are 12 little Rudolphs on here, which was funny because I was like, oh, it's like a clock, Right here they look like crazy octopuses. That's weird. So then I just start realizing that, well, you know what? I'm just going to get 1 or 2 on here, and then I'm going to keep going. So they're not really holly berries as much as they are fun embellishments. And then I ran out of the red, so I wanted to make sure there was a red in each one. So I come in with the black. And I'm basically trying to hide the pencil mark, which obviously doesn't work out so well for me because you can still see it. So I actually come in and do something else. All right, so while I was waiting for another video to upload, I went ahead and put my title on, which is the workday attire for the Hollow Berry celebration. And then I took my green stickles and colored the line so it looks like the stem going through there.